Advanced features of Spreadsheet. In this video, we are going to see about advanced features of Spreadsheet. Introduction. Most spreadsheet software has advanced features to allow you to work more productively. For example, macro, lookup, protection, pivot table. Macro. Macro is the sequence of keystrokes and instructions that are recorded and saved. Microsoft Excel is an example of a program that allows you to create macros. You can set whether to run the macro by using a new button in the toolbar or a shortcut key such as Ctrl+D, Alt+H or Ctrl+Alt+S. In Excel, macro tools are found on the Developer tab in the ribbon. If the Developer tab is not displayed, click the File button, click Options, in the Customize ribbon category, under the right column that is Main tabs, check Show Developer. Macro Security. Macros from unknown sources can cause harm to your computer. You can change the macro security settings to control which macros run and under what circumstances when you open a workbook. On the Developer tab in the Code group, click Macro Security. In the Macro Settings category, under Macro Settings, click the desired option. Recording a macro. On the Developer tab in the Code group, click Record Macro. In the macro name box, enter a name for the macro. The first character of the macro name must be a letter. Subsequent characters can be letters, numbers, or underscore characters. Spaces cannot be used in a macro name, and underscore character works well as a word separator. If you use a macro name that is also a cell reference, you may get an error message that the macro name is not valid. A shortcut key can be signed to run the macro. In the shortcut key box, type any lowercase letter or uppercase letter that you want to use. Please note that the shortcut key will override any existing Excel shortcut key while the workbook that contains the macro is open. In the Store macro in List, select the workbook where you want to store the macro. If you want a macro to be available whenever you use Excel, select Personal Macro Workbook. Excel creates a hidden personal macro workbook, that is personal.xlsb, if it does not already exist, and saves the macro in this workbook. You may also choose to store the macro for use only in the current workbook or only in new workbooks. In the description box, type a description of the macro if desired. Click OK to start recording and perform the actions that you want to record. When you are finished recording, on the Developer tab, click Stop Recording. Running a macro. On the Developer tab in the Code group, click Macros. In the macro name box, select the macro that you want to run, then click Run. Lookup. One of the most powerful functions available in Spreadsheet is the Lookup function. Lookup function, Syntax 1. The syntax for the Microsoft Excel lookup function is lookup, value, lookup range, result range. Parameters or arguments. Value is the value to search for in the lookup range. Lookup range is a single row or single column of data that is sorted in ascending order. The lookup function searches for value in this range. Result range is optional. Example, as worksheet function. Let's look at some Excel lookup function examples and explore how to use the lookup function as a worksheet function in Microsoft Excel. production. Spreadsheet has a protection feature that allows you to protect your information from being lost. Once a worksheet or workbook is protected, no information can be modified or erased until the spreadsheet has been unprotected. Protection options. In an open worksheet, click File, Info, Protect Workbook. You see the following options. Mark as final. Make the document read-only. When a worksheet is marked as final, typing, editing commands, and proofing marks are disabled or turned off, and the worksheet becomes read-only. Encrypt with password. Set a password for the document. When you select Encrypt with password, the Encrypt document dialog box appears. In the password box, type a password. Protect current sheet. Protect the worksheet and locked cells. By using the Protect Current Sheet feature, you can select password protection and allow or disallow other users to select, format, insert, delete, sort, or edit areas of the worksheet. Protect workbook structure. Protect the structure of the worksheet. By using the Protect Workbook Structure feature, you can select password protection and select options to prevent users from changing, moving, deleting important data. Restrict permission by people. Install Window Rights Management to restrict permissions. Add a digital signature. Add a visible or invisible digital signature. Digital signatures are created by typing a signature or by using an image of a signature to establish authenticity, integrity, and non-repudiation. PivotTable. Spreadsheet has a feature that allows user to summarize and simplify tasks that contain a lengthy list using complex criteria. This feature is called PivotTable. Create a pivot table. Create a pivot table by clicking Pivot Table in the Tables group on the Insert tab. An empty pivot table on the left side of the worksheet and the pivot table field list on the right side. A field section at the top of the field list is used to add or remove fields. A layout section at the bottom is used to arrange and reposition the fields. To add row labels, drag the field from the Choose Fields to Add to Reports section and then drop it in the Row Labels area. To add a field that aggregates values, drag the field from the Choose Fields to Add to Reports section and then drop it in the Values area. Format a pivot table. Basic formatting applied to pivot tables. Primary row labels formatted in bold, subtotals or bold. To change the pivot table style, click the More button in the Pivot Table Styles group on the Design tab and then choose a style from the gallery. You can select checkboxes in the Pivot Table Style Options group to modify the formatting as desired. Create a pivot chart. A pivot chart is a graphical representation of data in a pivot table. You can create a pivot chart from a pivot table, or at the same time, you can create a pivot table. To create a pivot chart, click inside the pivot table, click the Options tab, and then click Pivot Chart in the Tools group. Choose a chart type, and then click OK. In the Pivot Table field list, the Row Labels area changes to Access Fields, and the Column Labels area changes to Legend Fields when you select the pivot chart.